All right, today we're going to do an installation video on the Rigid Industries LED grill for the Jeep JK. By opening the hood and removing the OEM grill shell. All right, in order to remove the OEM grill shell, you're going to pull off the 6 plastic clips that are holding it on, and then it'll go ahead and pull off from the front side. In order to remove the clips, just pull up on the center portion and it'll pull right out. In order to pull the grill shell off, you've got 6 metal clips, 4 down at the bottom, 1 on top of either side of the turn signal. You just pull straight out in order to release them. And you can take the grill shell over to the workbench. The next step is we're going to take the template that was supplied in the kit, go ahead and trim out the outer edges so that way we can fit it on there and get exactly where we need to cut the OEM grill. All right, so I got my template set in place. I taped it down so it can't move. The critical part here is making sure that the template contours the headlight buckets. That way your height as well as your side to side is going to make sure the grill is perfectly centered. Now I'm going to use a pig tool and go ahead and puncture holes through the template, putting an indentation on the grill shell. All right, once you got those marked, we're going to use a 5/16 drill bit and drill the 4 corners, which will end up going through the OEM shell and holding in the aftermarket grill. All right, now that we got all the holes marked through the template, we can go ahead and remove the template from the shell. And grab some painter's tape and follow those lines that we just made with the pick tool. Now that we got the blue tape following the dots that we had put in there from our template, you can see in the corner there's 3 dots making a triangle. It's not a perfect radius. It's all set up and ready to cut out. We're just going to follow that tape line right over the top of the dots and cut out the whole center section. All right, now that we got the cut line all cleaned up, we can go ahead and remove the blue painter's tape. Set the new Rigid Industries grill inside the shell. And we'll flip it upside down together so we can bolt it from the back side. All right, from the back side, we have 4 different brackets, one for top and bottom, and then you have a set for the sides. We're gonna lay these brackets on, line them up with the holes in the Rigid Industries grill, and it will sandwich the grill shell between the two pieces. Okay, at this point we got everything set in place. We got the bolts, washers, and nuts on there. I'm just gonna go ahead and snug it up, leave it kind of loose, that way when we flip it over we can make sure everything's straight before we go ahead and torque it down. Alright, now that we got it flipped around, we can kind of move the grill inside the shell, making sure it's lined up perfectly, making sure your gaps are even on the bottom and the top, as well as side to side. Once you're happy with the fit, we can go ahead and install the 4 corner bolts that we drilled previously and tighten everything up. All right, now that we got the grill in there nice and tight, we're gonna go ahead and put in our 20-inch E-Series combo by lining up the mounting studs into the tabs of the grill. And at this point, we're just gonna go ahead and snug it up. Once we get it in the truck, we'll get it aimed properly and tighten it from that point. Now that we got the whole assembly bolted together with our light in it, we're good to go ahead and put it back on the vehicle and just reverse the disassembly process by lining up the clips at the bottom. And pressing them in. And then we can replace the 6 plastic clips along the top.